Alright, so I want to do a follow-up on my previous video about the safe space chalk and address all of the Trump chalk that was also here on campus at the University of Maryland. Now, I didn't walk around the whole campus and check out for every single piece of chalk. The idea was that it was pretty much everywhere and was done obviously in a coordinated effort by, I believe it was Terps for Trump was the group, the Trump advocacy group. And I just want to go through some of the updates and some of the hysterics that people were getting themselves into. So I noticed it probably around 9 or 10 a.m. this morning that there was Trump chalk everywhere, and hadn't really been checking what people thought about it until later in the day. But what I did notice is that people were trying to deface it. People were washing it off. People were trying to get rid of it. People were complaining about the Trump chalk being everywhere. Like this whole thing where it's like I don't even really see what there is to complain because it's not like it even really gets on your shoes. You can just like walk past it and it doesn't really do anything to you. But I'm gonna go through some of the complaints and stuff that people had. Some people made the rational thing and they said they don't really like it if any of the candidates were in chalk. And, at least that's fair. If you really just hate chalk or something, I mean, I think that's silly, but if you really just dislike anyone having chalk anywhere for any candidate, for any cause, then I guess that's fine. Like, you're well within your right to just hate chalk, and even if it's silly, I'm not gonna, like, put up a big fight about that one. But what I'm gonna say is the people that were trying to deface his chalk, and my favorite one was, not Trump 2016, because that's just so sad. Like, your only method, instead of writing, like feel the burn or something, creative, like support your own candidate, you're just gonna try and dump on Trump, which uh, it seems like that's never been effective against him, so I don't know why you would bother. But to write not Trump 2016 is just so uncreative and just so sad and pathetic. At least put your own chalk for whatever candidate. I can understand if like next to it, you put your Hillary 2016 or something. And people were getting pretty mad triggered about it too. It was pretty insane. People were really upset and they were just like, you know, stuff like not this campus ever for Trump 2016 or Trump never or I won't allow this on my campus and stuff like that. And I've never really even in like the Bush era and stuff, even people that didn't like Bush were never this aggressive, I would have to say. They were never this like out there and trying to deface stuff. And I'd imagine if there was like they had put like a Trump statue or something, so like like a cardboard cutout, not like an actual statue. If you put a bronze statue of Trump on campus, that'd be hilarious. But I don't think that would ever happen. But like if they'd put a cardboard cutout of Trump, I'm sure people would have put Hitler stashes and devil horns and probably would have broken it and tried to hide it. And I can understand disagreement with Trump because he is someone who puts himself out there and he has opinions that a lot of people do not share and stuff like that. But I've never seen political disagreement get so heated and so vile and so petty. To try and deface his supporters' chalkings as your only method of attacking him is just so sad. And people were writing things like all immigrants welcome and stuff, and that's fine. Although I disagree with just like, oh, we should just completely open the borders. Like, there's no need to go the other way of Trump just because Trump holds the other position. You could still not like Trump and still be like for our current border situation, just be like, you know what? We should just have quotas. We don't need to close the borders. That's too far. You could have that opinion. Just because Trump holds opinion where he wants to close immigration from certain countries doesn't mean you need to go, oh no, we need immigration from all countries all the time now. Like, that's just completely illogical to just take the other position just to be contrary. And so, just to wrap things up, people have been getting quite out of hand about this whole Trump situation, and I just hope the man makes it to the presidency if he wins, or if he doesn't, I just hope he makes to the election unharmed. Because people seem to really want to get him. And when people were rushing the stage like that, the first time I saw him get rushed at that stage, I thought he was gonna get stabbed. So I thought it was game over for Donald Trump. Thought he was gonna get shot or stabbed or something right there. But luckily enough, nothing bad like that happened. And for some reason, it seems like the people that disagree with Trump don't understand doing something like that would just make him a martyr. And then you would like never win ever again. You would doom your party if like a like a Bernie supporter like killed Trump or something, the Democrats would be doomed forever. Like a registered Democrat or like a paid Hillary shill killed him or something, then that party would be doomed for. They could possibly win this election, but you would be doomed for like at least 30, 40 years. And that's kind of what they thought would happen after the Bush presidency is we're just gonna have Democrats for the rest of time, but uh, it's looking like Trump might actually win, at least from the way I see it is. I see it similar to history repeating itself with Jimmy Carter and Ronald Reagan. But this time I'm not quite as certain if Donald Trump will survive. People seem to really want to kill that man, and it seems like it's not being taken seriously like some of the threats against him. I'm like, I hope that the man lives because no one deserves to die for their opinion, and no one deserves to die for an action they do that doesn't harm anyone. Which is why I think it's just absurd when people are just so against other political opinions that they would want to fight somebody. They'd want to smear fake blood on themselves and yell and be like idiots. I don't get it. Like, you can just say, I don't agree, and here's why I don't agree. Here's my opinions. How are you going to address these problems that you haven't addressed yet? And if they don't have answers, that's when you like say I don't like this person because they don't have answers. You don't say I dislike this person because I think they're for some reason immoral just because of opinions they hold that aren't inherently immoral. Which I'll get into. Maybe I'll do a video on why some opinions I don't agree with on Trump, like some of Trump's opinions I disagree with wholeheartedly, but at the same time, they're not immoral. Like, for example, I personally don't believe building a wall is immoral. Plenty of countries and plenty of societies have built walls before to curb immigration. Look at the Great Wall of China. We don't want those Mongols in our country. It's the same concept, and it's not inherently immoral or racist to build a border wall because you're not saying that it would be different if they were to say we are going to deport all Mexicans in this country, but he isn't saying that. He's saying to build a border fence, which is different. While I still disagree, it's not racist to build a fence or a wall. I don't know how he's going to make Mexico pay for it, though. Good luck. And so I'll just, wrap this video up with maybe just a quick thing for everyone to think about as they continue on with their day, and that is that even if you dislike Trump, the one thing that fuels Trump the most is when people try and destroy him. If you were to leave him alone, not pay any attention to him, not give him any media coverage, don't talk about him, don't talk about his memes, don't talk about his walls, that would be how you would defeat him if you wanted to defeat him. The more you talk about him, the more you get upset by him, the more you get triggered by him, the more support he gets because people that are contrarian and even people like me are just going to see that you're trying to destroy this man, and they're going to be like, why are you trying to destroy him? Let me look into what this man is standing for. Why does everyone hate him so much? And if, like me, they come to the conclusion that he's not an inherently immoral person, they might vote for him, and that would be because of you, not because of Donald Trump. You're doing his advertising for him, and you're the ones building his followers. So if you want to destroy Donald Trump, just kind of forget he exists. The problem will deal with itself. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.